So it's a very natural feeling shoe to run in because it's just so flexible. It sort of reminds me. So the K's are really racking up quickly in this shoe. This is the Nike Pegasus Plus, and these are my first impressions. But before we get into it, and if you guys want to support the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So the Pegasus Plus is really the third iteration of the Nike Pegasus Turbo series. So I've actually got the OG original one here that's still in very good condition. And this is probably the original super trainer. It was the first training shoe to actually put some super foam in a training shoe. And obviously everybody loved this shoe. So yeah, this is the third version. It's slightly different, but it still shares some concepts of that original one. So $260 here in Australia, $180 in the US. So that's not too bad considering the use of their premium foam here. Now in the weight, very lightweight package here, 8.6 ounces, 245 grams in your men's size 9. And in the stack height, I think we've got 35 in the rear, 25 in the front, and that's going to give us a 10mm drop. And in the upper here, material that they're using is Flyknit. However, it's a different version of Flyknit of what you've probably seen in other shoes. The material itself actually feels quite thick, so you would think this would be a warm and a hot shoe, but I haven't really experienced my foot heating up in this one yet. I found the breathability actually okay, which is surprising. Really solid heel counter here, and we've got our Achilles flare, probably a medium amount of padding around the heel collar. Now the tongue is quite thin, but the materials that they're using in the tongue are very premium. It's not a gusseted tongue. It's got a minimal amount of padding on it. I haven't experienced the tongue moving around at all, so no need for a gusset at this stage. A lacing system, so we've got it reinforced eyelets up and down the eyelet chain there. And the laces here are quite robust and thick for a Nike shoe, so I don't mind that. The lockdown in this shoe, pretty good, no issues at all. And the fit, I would say, I'm going to say true to size, but it could be a tad long for some, but the toe box is quite roomy. So I will say it's a big fit, but I'm still happy with true to size. Step-in comfort is amazing in this shoe, beautiful. And the build quality is pretty good too for a Nike. And in the outsole here, so Nike are using their high abrasion rubber, and the actual coverage of the shoe is quite interesting. So they've got the entire forefoot covered here, and then they've just got all exposed foam through the middle of the shoe, and then just the complete heel area is covered as well. So you don't see many shoes doing that these days. It's either full rubber or some at the front and just in the high wear areas at the back. But this definitely affects the ride, which I'll go on to later. But they're using their waffle design tread pattern, which Nike love to use in all their shoes. So grip is going to be pretty good in this one. Too early to see in the durability department, but it usually wears down okay, this high abrasion rubber from Nike. Now what's interesting in the outsole here, it actually says on the bottom Nike Pegasus Turbo. So I'd say that they've had a bit of a late name change with this shoe, because it was probably meant to be coming out called the Turbo. And all the outsoles probably would have been created, and they've decided to change the name, but they haven't had time to change the outsole. But anyway, yeah, no real dramas with the outsole here, but yeah, very interesting, all this exposed foam through the middle, which I'm going to go on to in a sec. And in the midsole, so we have just got one big slab of ZoomX, and thank goodness it's not the recycled ZoomX, or it's not in a carrier foam, it's just the premium ZoomX by itself, so we can actually feel it, and it actually feels like the real ZoomX. Just amazing. We've got no plate or anything in this shoe. Check this out. Flexibility in this shoe is crazy. This shoe is crazy flexible. So definitely for those neutral runners out there. Now geometry wise, I'm going to say it's more traditional. There's a little bit of curvature here through the front just to take any slappiness out of the ride. And in the ride, so the first word that is coming to mind is natural. So it's a very natural feeling shoe to run in because it's just so flexible. It sort of reminds me of the Rebel, how natural that felt on the foot. But this foam, it's very soft, very compliant. Obviously it's ZoomX, you can squish into it very easily, but then it bottoms out for me quite quickly, but then it's obviously got that energy return and pop that we all know that ZoomX is. It's an extremely comfortable ride. Yeah, it's got a good amount of bounce. It's fun to run in. Yeah, my only qualm with it is just it feels like it bottoms out really quickly, and I'm only a light guy. And likes in this shoe so far is certainly just the re-release or the new release of the Peg Turbo. So we've got a proper Peg Turbo with ZoomX foam. Love it. And dislikes in this shoe is, believe it or not, I think the midsole foam bottoms out too quickly. So I don't think there's enough stack height, or I actually think it might need some supporting foam just like the old Peg Turbo had. So just wrapping up my initial thoughts in this shoe so far. So I'm actually really enjoying my time in this shoe. It's a fun ride, it's a soft ride, it's a bouncy ride. It's so natural feeling on the foot. But my only concerns are, yeah, is just how easy it's bottoming out. And to that, I don't think it's going to be very suitable for a long run. I know that I'm not going to want to feel like I'm bottoming out every step on a long run. And also, its suitability for the speed days, I don't think it's much of a workout shoe. I just really think it's one of those really fun, enjoyable, soft daily trainers. But saying that, I am really ticking the Ks up quickly in this shoe because I'm reaching for it all the time. But anyway, guys, that is it from me. Those are my first impressions of the Pegasus Plus. If you've got any questions regarding this shoe or how it compares to anything else in my early stages of testing, please just drop that in comments below. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.